Welcome to Amplifying Leadership and Tip Thursday with Tara. I am Tara Lehman, a partner, coach, and consultant at Twin Life Coaching and Business Services, of which Amplifying Leadership is a division. I hope to bring you some information or a key takeaway you can use to build, enhance, or grow your leadership skills with Tip Thursday with Tara. Welcome back, everybody. Today's tip is all about something that many leaders think of: big work, once a year work, strategic work is what we're talking about today. But I want to reframe the big picture strategic work, or however you look at it, a little bit and help you think about strategic thinking for every day. We often think of strategy or strategic thinking as something that is reserved. It's usually reserved for executive retreats or the big annual managers meeting, quarterly planning sessions, or if you're even a smaller company, it might be when you finally have some time to do it. But strategic thinking is not always just about a time slot to talk about the future. It's actually also a mindset. And you can build this into your everyday as a leader. Does this mean that those retreats or quarterly planning, etc., go away? Not necessarily. What we're doing is we're trying to help you think strategically throughout the day. So what does this look like? Well, it could be that before jumping into that to-do list that you have every day, you ask yourself, how do these things connect to what I'm really trying to achieve or what the organization's vision is? Are there things there that don't connect that you don't even know why you're doing it? And then you can review that and maybe get rid of something. It's a very small habit, but if you do that with your to-do list every day, it really helps you lead from the idea of strategy and on purpose, and not just from the pressure of getting something done. Some things need to get done, but look at it daily and determine what really is important and urgent. Another thing is this helps you think in systems rather than a lot of companies have silos. So everything that we do or somebody else does has those ripple effects come through. So as a strategic leader, I suggest try pausing and asking yourself, with whatever you're doing, who is impacted by this? Because it's not just you. What is that downstream effect, if there is one? This can help you get the right people working and focused on the right problem, and not just the problem that screams the loudest, because that may not be the biggest problem you need to solve today. Another thing that you can do is making time to think about this and scheduling it. Make it purposeful. It sounds really simple, but I have talked to way too many leaders who skip this all the time. So strategic thinking does require your time. And it may be that you do this on a walk. It might be a whiteboard, a voice note on your phone. And even some people have told me that they think about it in the shower and they write the ideas down when they come out. Whatever works for you, to take those mental notes, those little, whatever that strategic thinking is, writing it down. You need to create space for this. And you could just do it in as little as 10 minutes, if possible, to help shift that direction. So you're not reacting so much anymore, but you're being very purposeful and intentional around what people do every day in your team, or even what you're focused on. So I have worked with, I don't even know how many leaders and business owners now, who always feel behind. They blame time that they never have enough of it. But when we work at daily strategic thinking, and then of course, if you do have your big strategic thinking, we move from that I'm always busy to actually focusing on the right things, because we've looked at those to-do lists. We've realized who this may impact. We can maybe even delegate something. So a shift with many of my leaders happens when they start asking simple questions, and sometimes done in the 10-minute reflection. And a good one that I would love you to consider is, what did I say yes to this week? Or what meeting did I go to this week that I should have passed on, that I should have paused, or a task I could have delegated elsewhere? If you're saying you don't have time for 10 minutes a week, then this is your reflection. You need to find a way to find that time, because time does not get bigger. So what did you say yes to that should have been a no? What did you do that wasn't urgent or important or could have waited? Or what could you have delegated? Doing that one question, even once a week, is a great little habit that gives you more of that strategic lens and also creates that time that you need and the space to do this. Even better yet, you could do this daily. Inside my Let's Talk Leadership module, both in our community and when I do the actual training starting again in September, we have been exploring what leadership really means. It's beyond titles, it's beyond tasks or checking those boxes. And so once you really start defining leadership more intentionally, habits like these, and they're small but impactful, can become a natural part of how you lead each day. You're better focused, you're doing what needs done, your team is focused and doing what needs done, and there's a lot more time available, believe it or not. So if you're curious about diving into that conversation and surrounding yourself with others doing the same, listen for more information on our brand new community. That's where a bunch of people come together. So for this week's challenge, I want you to block 10 minutes on your calendar and I want you to pause and think. It's only 10 minutes. Block it off, put it as do not disturb so no one books a meeting. If you want to do it on a Monday or Friday, those are best, but use the time that works for you and ask yourself one or more of these three questions. What's the bigger picture behind what I'm doing this week? Again, relating what you're doing to what actually is the vision. Is there anything I'm reacting to that needs a more intentional approach? Where could a small shift in my habits or thinking lead to a better outcome for my team or the business? Those are your strategic thought questions for the week. Strategic thinking does start with a pause, and then you still need to have those bigger meetings. But this week, I want you to give yourself that space and time for that 10-minute pause to answer these questions and see what maybe shifts for you, what changes for you. Always keep leading with purpose. And remember that strategic thinking doesn't require the big strategy retreat until you need that. It actually does sometimes just start with pausing and reflecting to make sure we're doing what we need to be doing to meet a vision. Thank you for joining me this week for Tip Thursday with Tara. I've just launched a brand new leadership community with leaders of all levels for leaders of all levels, where we dive into topics like this every week. It's a space to grow, reflect, and connect with other leaders who are doing the hard work just like you. If that sounds like something you'd benefit from, please visit us at amplifyingleadership.ca/community-info. That is our Tip Thursday with Tara for this week. If you or someone you know is struggling with leadership priorities to building those strong, empowered teams, I'm here to help. Please visit our website for more information on programs, community, coaching, and more at amplifyingleadership.ca, a twin life coaching and business services division. Until next time, remember, leadership matters.